Hi everyone, I hope you're all keeping well. First of all, I want to thank everyone that sent me the wish, uh, the good wishes for me to feel better, which I am now, and I really appreciate it. I want you to know that all your loving thoughts reach me and make me feel, appreciated and much better. And so first of all, thank you all for your support and for being patient while I was getting better. And now let's begin the reading. This reading is going to be about how your future spouse sees you versus how you see yourself. I'm actually going to start first on how you see yourself. So if that part will resonate with you, then you have a confirmation that the next part of the reading, where I describe how your future spouse will see you during your married life together, then that is, will be for you more of a confirmation that the first part resonates. And the way I'm going to go about this reading is that I'm going to consult several oracle decks and tarot, both, to figure this out. And also I'm going to look both at your, let's say, your best quality traits, and as well as your more, let's say, shadow traits that you see in yourself and that your future spouse sees in you. At the end of the reading, I'm going to draw anyway an angel advice, just for the time being, while you're still manifesting your life partner, your husband or your wife. And also I'm going to pull some initials, just like an extra bit of information that could be as confirmation for you, or for or in regards to something that may tell you about your future spouse, if you need confirmation in that regard. So I will pull letters and words, and names will come up. Anything I hear, I will communicate it with you. So that's how this reading is going to go. So now let's begin with selecting some oracle cards that will determine what pile you're going to be picking. So let's see, for group 1, I'm going to ask the question, how do you see yourself? So this is how you see yourself, and let's see what wants to come out for group 1. I'm going to shuffle this way. There you go. So group 1 has got the Heart of the West, number 28. Could be relevant for you. So I'm going to actually pull them this way, because this deck tends to be vertical rather than horizontal. So, like it's a different setting. So I'm going to pull them 1, 2, 3. So let's see. Okay, for group 2, 2 came out. The Journey with Wild Stallion, number 16, and The Soulmates, number 43. Now I'm going to read also these cards for you, so if you don't just intuitively catch a drift of which is your group by just looking at the picture, I will also now read you the descriptions. And group 3 is The Dark Mythos, number 42. So these are the 3 groups. Now I'm going to read you the descriptors, the description from the book, but also I'm going to pull for you some other clues in order for you maybe to help you feel more confident in picking your group. So I want to move them down a bit. And then I'm going to put some crystals on as well, so that might help as well with the choice. So let's read The Heart of the West, number 28. All right. It says find balance between the details and the bigger vision. So sometimes we become overly involved in our own lives or projects. We keep our heads down, staying busy tracking details or keeping things in order. It gives us a sense of accomplishment and control in our lives. We are focused on what is directly in front of us and what demands our attention. We can get caught in immediate needs to the point of losing our balance. Keeping your head down and dealing only with what is in front of you can bog you down. It is crucial right now to raise your head and look into the distance. Reestablishing our destination and vision brings clarity to the detailed tasks we do in the present moment. You can miss essential subtle cues along the journey if you do not. You might forget to enjoy the journey or even lose sight of where you're actually heading. You might miss how God or the universe is always leading and helping you. So that's for group 1. Let's have a look at group 2, number 16, Journey with Wild Stallion. Commit to the journey back home to your true self. Wild Stallion stands in darkness and mist. Hold on, I want to go to the point where it's more clear. Oh no, actually this works. So, Wild Stallion stands in the darkness and mist. Before him a passageway to light. He looks back at you with an invitation into the unknown that will ultimately take you back to your real home. It is the journey to your authentic self, where you are fully connected to your essence, power, dreams, passions, and purpose. When living your authentic self, you know what you need to do and bravely take steps toward your calling. You embody yourself much like Wild Stallion. Authenticity means you feel free to be who you are, despite the constraints of social conditioning. There is an opportunity coming your way. There is a destination with more light. The journey back home to your true self will take commitment. Once committed, Wild Stallion never backs down. He is fierce and stays true to his destination. Are you willing to be on the same wild adventure that will bring you to your inner freedom and full unique expression? So that's for this card. And then the Soulmates card, number 43. It says here, soulmates come into our life and light up a resonance and familiarity within our body and awareness. We look into another's eye and feel that we have met them previously or instantly understand them on a level not appropriate for strangers. Soulmates can be platonic or romantic relationships. Our soulmates can often care for and support us in ways others do not. When we meet a soulmate, it can feel like an indescribable bond that can make us feel complete. We see a part of our soul within the other. It is imperative that we understand the deeper connection, but we are also very separate beings. Meeting a soulmate can be life-changing and enhancing. You may encounter many soulmates in your lifetime, and just one or two. You may not look like each other, as these two Appaloosas do, but there will be an undeniable sense of affinity. And let me now have a look at group 3 with this dark mythos, number 42. Find the pathway out of crisis and move to the light. Light highlights the neck and face of a black stallion as he looks at you with great concern and asks if you are ready to move beyond the despair, anxiety, melancholy, or anxiety you may be experiencing. If so, follow his lead, as his strength and wisdom can guide you to an understanding of your experience. Unlike horses, humans have a complex way of experiencing life that involves questioning the purpose of life itself, one's place within the world, and the search for inner freedom. External circumstances such as natural disasters, pandemics, and the death of an occupation or loved one drive us into high stress. Remorseful thoughts of the past keep us in regret. It is essential to find the roots of one's dark and stressful feelings and to harness the ability to be with them through practices like meditation or breath work. Slowing down and living a simplified life like a horse guides you to more mental clarity. Being fully present like a horse and feeling your emotions gives you more power than to make choices. You cannot ignore the crisis you are experiencing by seeking a pathway out. The path is through it. Once clarity is gained, a bold step or leap of faith is the best option. Moving toward a glimmer of light and the unknown can feel scary when what you know feels safer. Take a leap of faith and follow dark mythos. He is your guide, here to guide you, to break away from your unconscious, limiting beliefs about life and instead move towards the light. So these are your three groups. Now I'm going to put a crystal over each of them, and then I'm going to, so you have this, I think it's, this is a lapis lazuli crystal heart, so I'll put it on group 1. This one I believe is a green aventurine, but it may be a different crystal. Let me check. So this is actually a green fluorite. And then I'm going to take this crystal for group 3. Let me check what it is. Okay, so this is a peach moonstone. Now to help you select also your group, if you are still unsure, I'm going to pull some zodiac signs with these cards, and there may be some specific placement that will pop up. So let's see what comes up from group 1. Group 1. Okay, we have Cancer. So I'm gonna put it on the side, but this is literally for you, to help you figure out. We also have Leo. I'm gonna pull few for each group, and Mercury. So you could have Mercury in Leo or Mercury in Cancer. We also have Gemini. Okay, now this is for group 1. Group 2, let's see what comes up. We have Libra, Taurus, Venus. So you could have Venus in Taurus or Venus in Libra, and there is Uranus. So you could have Uranus in Libra or in Taurus. And let me pull another one. We also have Yol. Actually, sorry, this is Sol. This is the Sun. Actually, sorry, I couldn't tell what the name was. Sol. So that's Sun in Taurus or Sun in Libra. And let's see. Sorry, I just wasn't sure what that was. Yeah, that's the Sun. And then we also have what is this for group 3? Scorpio, Aquarius, Capricorn, and let's see, and Sagittarius. Let's see if I can get any planets for this group. Okay, so we have Neptunus. So this is Neptune in Sagittarius, Capricorn, or Aquarius, or Scorpio, or I mean this could be also your sun sign. And this wants to come up as well. So we also have Pluto, Neptune and Pluto in Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, or Scorpio. Okay, so now I'm gonna start going for each group. So I'll see you at your reading. Hi, Group 1, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to do how you see yourself first, and if this resonates with you, then we'll see how your future spouse sees you during your married life together. So I'm going to gather another couple of cards, and then we will begin. So how do you see yourself, Group 1? Truth. And I'm going to gather a tarot card, or maybe a few, we'll see. How do you see yourself? We have the Eight of Pentacles, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. Okay, so Group 1, you see yourself as somebody that has got a big heart. You feel like you're somebody, you see yourself as someone that is able to feel very deeply, that is a very nurturing person, and you feel like you're a bit of a dreamer as well, and you have a romantic spirit with this Princess of Cups. Love is very important to you. It's a very integral part of your life, no matter what kind of relationships. You're a heart-centered person, and you feel like that about yourself. You're also somebody that works really hard on, on your day-to-day activities, no matter what those activities are. You see yourself as a hard-working person that puts in all the effort with a lot of integrity as well. Like you're, for example, a person that would have a strong ethos in your work, and so you do purposeful work, and you put your head down, and you go about your objectives very consistently. Sometimes to the point of being very consumed by your daily responsibilities and duties, to the point of risking to lose the bigger picture. So because this card of the Art of the West talks about the fact that sometimes we can become overly involved in our own lives or projects, and we keep our heads down, staying busy, tracking details, or keeping things in order. So this gives us, gives the Group 1 people gives you a sense of accomplishment and control in your life, and you are focused on what is directly in front of you and what demands your attention. And you can get caught in immediate needs to the point that you're losing your balance though. And so here it says that keeping your head down and dealing only with what is in front of you can actually lower your, eventually lower your mood and not make you feel balanced. So that's how you see yourself. Sometimes you feel like you get overwhelmed with work, and because you are a precision worker, you're somebody that is very good at their job and very capable, and you see yourself as that. You also see yourself as a truth speaker, somebody that holds the truth in high regard. So you want to speak truth to others, and you want to also others to speak the truth to you. You are somebody that dislikes people that are false, fake, that have a facade but have a, let's say, a hidden agenda. You like clarity. So when there is an issue, you go straight to the point, and you don't beat around the bush. You are a truth seeker, and you speak clearly about what you feel, what you think, and the things that you think are needed to be changed. And you're very outspoken about it with the Leo card here as well. You are also a very warm person. So someone that is naturally warm as an energy. You see yourself as somebody that brings a warm energy to people. You try to uplift people, especially when it comes to their emotions. You are a giving person. You are very giving. You see yourself as a giving person, and you. I think you. Let me check with Tara. I want to see what is it that you seek mostly. What is that group 1 seeks mostly? How does group 1 see themselves seek mostly? Yeah, look, the King of Swords comes out. You seek the truth, clarity of speech, clarity of mind. You seek to be rational in situations where maybe other people would panic. So you like to maintain like a calm demeanor in most situations, and you see yourself as somebody that is able to do that. You could have strong air in your birth chart. Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And again, you could have any of this placement in your chart: Cancer, Leo, or Gemini. Overall, I see you see yourself actually as a grounded person that grounds yourself, like you keep yourself stable by doing your work, but at times you see yourself kind of running your tank low in terms of energy because you are doing too much sometimes. And that's where the lapis lazuli comes in, because the lapis lazuli is a crystal that helps to reduce stress, anxiety, and helps to maintain emotional balance and a sense of inner peace. So peace is very important to you. You see yourself as somebody that values their peace as one of the biggest resources. And also lapis lazuli helps with enhancing focus, intuition, and truth, which is also highlighted by this card. So you're all about your intuitive gifts with the Cancer card. You're very intuitive as a person. You see yourself as very intuitive, and you see yourself as someone very focused and very truthful in their words, in their actions. Your words correspond to your action. When you say that you will do something, you do that thing, the very thing that you promised you would do. So you are very coherent in your you see yourself as very coherent in the way you go about life and how you present yourself to the world. And you have a lot of spiritual connection, I feel, with this Cancer card. And as well, you bring a very joyful energy too. So you're also somebody that can have a really good laughter, and uplift people, and you know, you have probably you see yourself as somebody with a good sense of humor as well. It might be like even a sharp sense of humor. You might be someone that you know, is a bit sarcastic, but with all the best intentions to uplift people. And I'm going to now pull how you see your own shadow side, let's say, like your challenge. What is the challenge that you see for yourself? And then I'm going to go on to your future spouse. So, facade, it came in reverse. So, your challenge is that sometimes you're so truthful that you feel like you kind of have this understanding that at times you may be a little too direct in the way you speak, in the way you present your ideas, so you don't put up a facade. And sometimes you feel like, you know, you're not able to fake feelings, and therefore you're very direct, and you know that can challenge you at times with people, because some people you feel you see yourself as somebody that gets sometimes misinterpreted in your in the way you are, because being so direct, sometimes you feel it's perceived by others as being a little bit too sharp. And then we have wisdom. It came as well in reverse. So I feel that this is to do with your heart chakra, because we have the green of the heart chakra. So at times you feel like people think you're not wise when it comes to matters of love, because you are with this Princess of Cups. You feel that others perceive you as naive when it comes to matters of love, because you have this you see yourself as a genuine lover, a genuine person that has got genuine feelings, very very simple in a way, just like a child, you know. When you love, and that's it. There is no filter in a way, and you feel like this is a challenge because people may misunderstand the purity of your heart for a lack of wisdom, and at times it might have appeared that way, I feel, to others. So this is how you see yourself. I'm going to now go on to your future spouse, and how does your future spouse sees you? Okay, so let's see. How does your future spouse sees you during your married life together? I'm going to do a tarot spread, and then I'm going to pull some oracle cards. The wheel. I need to cover the picture. How does your future spouse sees you, pile? Group 1. The King of Cups. Gorgeous so far. The Hermit. The Prince of Cups. Look at this. Amazing. At the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Pentacles, which is, for me, it's very much that Cancer energy, although this is a Earth energy, but for me, Cancer is often associated with the Queen of Pentacles, although it's not traditionally, but for me it reminds a lot of that energy. So let's see some more. How does your future spouse... I've put back this oracle card, so the chances of the same card to come out are also here. You know, the truth card can still come out because I put it back. So how does your future spouse... Thriving. Wow, beautiful. And I'm going to also take one card from this other tarot deck, which is the Tarot de la Nuit. Okay, 2 cards want to come out. We have the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands. All right. At the bottom of the deck, the Two of Swords. I'm gonna pull another oracle card. A few more, actually. I want to pull a few more from few oracle decks. How does your future spouse see you? Career. Yeah, that kind of makes sense with what we saw before. At the bottom of the deck we have fertility, which is practically the same as thriving, more or less. I mean, there is a lot of similarity, but I'll put it up here. Or actually, I might put it beside there. Fertility, and I also want to pull from this other oracle deck. So, how does your future spouse see you? We have you are what you think, number 20, and focus on the big picture. Look at this. Number 19. That's interesting. I'll tell you shortly why. I realized that you can't see it in camera. Okay, there you go. And I want to pull another one from this deck. How does your future spouse see you? The Sailor, New Influences, Wanderlust, and the Dancer, Self-Expression, Strength. Wow, absolutely gorgeous. I love that. That's very interesting. Okay. Right, let's begin with this spread, and if I feel like pulling more cards, I will. So, how does your future spouse see you? Is that... Oh, actually, this is not the wheel, the world. I got confused because I didn't really read here. I just kind of thought for a minute. But this is the world. Okay, so how does he see, or he or she, I mean, this is not gender specific. You could be a man watching and it's still valid. First of all, your future spouse will see as somebody that really does value their work. With the Queen of Pentacles and the career card as well as the thriving card, they see you as very successful in your material activities. So in your work, in your, in how you look after your health, in how you look after your finances. Your future spouse sees you as somebody that is very capable in all of this matter. When it comes to practical matter and when it comes to material things. They see you as very accomplished. They also see you as a very art-centered person. Now, you saw yourself as the Page of Cups, but your future spouse actually sees you as the King of Cups, which is the master of the art. The King of Cups is emotionally balanced, emotionally mature, and emotionally intelligent. So you may have a perception of you as somebody that may not have done the best choices when it comes to matter of love, and that may have being naive when it comes to matters of love. But your spouse actually doesn't see this. Your future spouse sees you as extremely capable when it comes to matter of love. So you're probably being too hard on yourself, group one. This is the message that I'm getting here, that your higher self and that spirit wants you to understand. Because also you have the Hermit, which is another card that talks about wisdom and inner guidance. And you did see yourself as somebody with a lot of intuition and somebody that is very capable to follow that intuition. But remember when the wisdom card was in reverse, you see yourself as somebody that at times has not been wise or has not been seen as wise by others. And again, your husband or your wife will see you as very wise, somebody that is actually very evolved spiritually, very evolved as a soul, very, very self-aware. You have reached a level of spiritual evolution that your future spouse definitely sees in you. And they will look for your advice because they absolutely trust and believe in anything that you will say to them with the clarity that you present. Your husband or your wife or your wife, depending who you are watching, will see you as somebody extremely romantic as well. They'll see you as someone that appreciates those the cherishing of the moments that you share your love with your loved ones. So building memories. They see you as somebody that wants to make memories and that really values the feelings, the emotional realm, how you perceive your feelings and how you value the feelings of others is something that is very clear to your future spouse. How much you think that the riches of life are in how we feel and perceive reality and how we feel our emotions. So there is an enormous amount of emotional intelligence that your future spouse sees in you. He or she also sees that you're someone very good at closing out with things that are not working in your life in order to thrive in your life, in order to allow anything that you need to come into your life. So your future husband sees how much you put of effort in reaching this place of balance and stability, which is represented by the Queen of Pentacles, a place of stability that they can also, enjoy with you. They also have benefits out of the fact that you maintain yourself in such a good place of inner balance when it comes to looking after your health, when it comes to looking after your finances, your stability in general as a person, as well as your emotional stability. So there is a very good balance between earthly matter, emotional matter, and spiritual matter. So you are a all-round type of person in the eyes of your future spouse. You are covering all the elements as well as we see the fire. So there's also loads of passion that you exude. We have the Knight of Wands as well as the Page of Wands. So you have everything. You have Pentacles, Cups, you have Wands, and you have a card that talks about wisdom, intuition, and self-introspection, and a card that talks about the abilities to change chapter in your life, the ability to turn the page for you, which for me, I mean, the wheel and the world, they both have this strong message of being, obviously the wheel, it's an external, more like an external universal force that kind of changes the course of the events. But I feel like with the world and the wheel that came for me in this reading anyway, so I feel like these energies are both here, even though the card didn't come up. But I feel with the world and the wheel message, you have this ability to follow your destiny and to complete those chapters of your life that needed to be completed. And your future spouse sees that in you, this strength of character. So they also see you as somebody that manifests reality by, by with your own thoughts and with your own affirmations, with your own visions. You are what you think, so you embody who you want to be in this life. Like, you have your visions about who you actually want to be during this lifetime, and you have done a lot of self reflection, introspection. That's how they see you, as somebody that actually went in and thought a lot about what occurred in your life, and that you decide how to present yourself in this life. And look at the symbolism of the sun, which came up as with the Leo card here that was representing you. The Leo represents the energy of the sun, and at least, I mean, the Leo in tarot, sorry, the strength card, which is connected to the Leo sign and is connected to this sunny predisposition, this very warm. It's so connecting to me, like, Leo, the strength of your character, the lion, the courage. You are not somebody that backs down, definitely, from challenges, and they see you, that your future spouse sees that in you, and they see also this joy that you bring. With the Page of Wands, you are one that would start a new project because you have the passion for it, and you want to go about, like, you just want to, like, jump into it. You're an enthusiastic person, and your future spouse sees that in you. So there is this warm energy, the fire of the wands and this sun. You see this sunlight. You bring a lot of joy in your future spouse's life. And when you're faced with choices, Two of Swords, you follow your intuition. So, because the Two of Swords originally in tarot is depicted in the Rider-Waite tarot, the original Rider-Waite tarot is depicted as somebody with with the eyes actually blocked by a how do you call it? Somebody blindfolded. Yeah. So what does that mean when there is a Two of Swords? So when there are two choices to be made, like a choice between two paths, you follow your intuition blindly. So you're on this spiritual journey, and your future spouse sees that very clearly. With the Fertility card and this Knight of Wands, your future spouse looks at you as somebody very fertile. Even, when they look at you, they think children. They think how they would like to have children with you. They think that you are the partner that they want to make a family with, basically. And also that you are someone that is very adventurous and spontaneous, as well as very very prosperous. I mean, we have the Fertility card as well as the Thriving card. So you have this energy of abundance that your future spouse perceive off of you. There is an energy of I'm prosperous. I can gain more naturally out of life. So your attitude and your spirit and your energy and your aura is all speaking to your future spouse about abundance, prosperity. And you're also manifesting it through your career and through the endeavors in which you are throwing yourself in head on, as we saw before. You see yourself as very hardworking, and your future spouse does that too. Sees you as very focused on your career, on your goals, sees you as very ambitious and projected towards towards your purpose in life and towards what you want to achieve and what you want to see manifested, that makes you feel happy. There is a rainbow here. So this career is very much connected to what you love, to your life purpose. And this is why you're thriving, because you are in your purpose. And if you're not there yet, you will get there, group one, and your spouse will see that. And also we have focus on the big picture, which I really love, because you know, the way with the Orso spirit, we saw that you perceived yourself as sometimes you're losing the bigger picture in a way. Sometimes you feel like you may be so busy with the day-to-day responsibilities that you might lose the sense of the fact that even if there is a, let's say, a little failure here and there in the day-to-day, that doesn't mean that things are not progressing and not going well in the overall picture. And yet, surprisingly enough, your spouse actually sees you as somebody that does have this bird's eye view, that does have this ability to have a bigger picture, and that actually is able to shed light even for others. You see this, there is the symbolism of the lighthouse. So you represent this lighthouse for your future spouse, which makes you look as you are a regal person, somebody that has something very noble about you. In your work especially, we have the bee with the crown here, the symbolism, which tells me that they see you as extremely having like a work ethic that you see for yourself as well, as we saw before, as you go about your work, and that you have high values and high principles that fuel your work. And they see you focusing on this life purpose that you are embodying, that has been also shown to you through your intuition, through your third eye, through your visions. You bring your visions into reality with this eye, shedding this light and this birds of prey, which is a goal-oriented, let's say, like, you know, represents for me the goal-oriented personality that you have, you know, and very also, you know, a birds of prey is a predator, is an active predator. So you chase after your goals. That's what your future spouse sees. So that's, and then interestingly, you know, some of you may literally have an interest in sailing and have had a passion for sailing and might have, you know, sailed in the past, or have an interest in it now and want to discover this now. This is something that for me is coming out through this. So you may have had a very strong bond with the ocean, with water, with the element of water, a strong bond with the sun, and feeling very empowered when you are under the sunlight. But also this talks about new influences. I mean, a sailor is an adventurer, is a discoverer, is somebody that goes beyond the limitation of the day-to-day and actually goes into this wanderlust. Wanderlust, which means discovering somebody wondrous that makes you feel in awe of reality. So there is this energy of you going above and beyond your own limits because you want to discover more. And this is how your future spouse sees you. And they find this extremely, I feel extremely attractive of you. They find this, like you exude this charisma, this vibrancy, this sense of, I want to join group one in these adventures that they're on. I want to delve into this energy that speaks about prosperity. There is the fish symbol again. Fish as a symbol is a symbol of abundance. So there is definitely an energy of fertility, abundance, prosperity that you exude in the eyes of your future spouse. And then there is the dancer, which is another very charming energy. If you think about a dancer, when you look at a dancer moving, it moves you inside from your emotional, in your emotional body. Literally, it can really give you strong emotions. It's someone that is brave enough to self-express without fearing of being judged on how he's moving. And he's also somebody very strong in their body, because dancing creates a strong, I heard voluptuous body. Anyway, a strong body that is very attractive, very fit, very strong. There is a strength that you can see in the poses that dancers have to hold. So your future husband probably sees you as somebody very charismatic, strong, exuberant, and expressive. And you might be also somebody that loves dancing and express yourself through dance. And they admire this of you. Then your future spouse really loves this about you. Loves how much you express yourself. Now, it doesn't have to be dance. It could be many different ways. You could be a florist. I see a lot of flowers here. You could be a florist and do composition of flowers, and that may be your way of expressing, but it doesn't have to be even this specific. I'm just saying what I see. I see also this, this is like it's like a, yeah, this is a ribbon, and it's a red ribbon. This talks about soul bond, so I feel like your future spouse sees you as the soul that they feel bonded to, like the soul that they want to be entangled with, and that they feel like this soul recognition with, like a soul to soul recognition, which reminds me of the Gemini card that we got, kind of being kindred souls, kindred spirits. And so your future spouse sees that as a very strong force that's pulling you two together. And some of you may be somebody that has done, rhythmic gymnastics, where you use the ribbon, but that's of course only for some of you, very specific, so don't take it if it's not for you. But yeah, that's how your future spouse sees you. Now I want to pull as final cards for you some advice from the angels right now. What you can, what is the advice for you currently as we speak? Because of course in this journey towards our, towards our future husband or wife, I feel like everybody may need some guidance. So this is what I'm about to do. Now, as I pull the cards for your advice from the angels, please, if you'd like to support my work, and if this video resonated with you and brought you any value you found, please like this video, subscribe to my channel to support my work, and share it with anyone you think could benefit from it, as well as leave me a comment. I'd love to know if this was for you. So let's see. Compromise. What is the message from the angels? No. Forgiveness. At the bottom, peaceful resolution. Okay, I'm going to clarify with Tarot. What does group 1 need to compromise about? We have the World and the Three of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Swords. I feel like the angels with this compromise and these tarot cards here are saying that in order to promote a sense of partnership with your future spouse, with another person that either you have met already or you will meet, there is going to be the need to complete and close up a certain chapter of your life. There is going to be a need to compromise, which means possibly make some changes that, you know, when you're trying to mesh your life with the life of another, there is a need to compromise certain parts of your life as you knew it as a single person in order to open up the door for that partnership that you're seeking. And so the angels are here to tell you that you know, take all your time to clear out anything from the past that makes you feel like you wouldn't want to compromise anything about the current life that you're living. You know, I feel like sometimes when we have experienced, let's call them in quotes, past failures in love, sometimes we kind of put ourselves in this very rigid position where we are saying, I'm never going to compromise any of my life, any aspects of my life for anyone else anymore. And what Spirit here is coming to say, and the angels are saying, is that actually, if you do want a partnership, there are going to be things that you both are going to need to compromise in order for this partnership to work. Three of Pentacles. And so it's about closing with the things of the past that hurt you. Three of Swords plus the one sword here at the bottom. And it's about healing these parts of you that are blocking your way in order to accept that in order to make a partnership bloom, there are aspects of your life that are going to naturally change. So it's kind of like saying, make peace with this. Make peace with the acknowledgement that if you do want this marriage, something will have to give, you know, in both of your lives. Okay, so that's the first message. What is the no about? No to the Tower. Okay, let me see one more card. Three of Wands in reverse and the bottom, Eight of Wands. Yeah, so the message here is if you have experienced these moments of destruction in your life and despair because major changes occurred that felt very sudden and kind of catastrophic, let's say, and you feel despair, you feel like there is no tomorrow, right? After this time of trouble, Spirit here is saying, do not stay in this state of survival that has followed the Tower. You need to move forward with the Eight of Wands. You need to move forward for what brings you passion. So look at what makes you feel passionate about life. And this is the way forward from this state of despair that you have found yourself in after you have had some really big moments of this destruction in your life, chaos. So that's the message for no. Don't stay there. Don't indulge into this state of despair. Forgiveness. Clarify. Forgive the people that didn't give as much as you were giving. Not because you want to forgive them because they are, worthy of this forgiveness, but mostly to release your stress. You see, at the bottom we have the Nine of Swords. This is about regaining your own balance. This is never about forgiving somebody else because they deserve that forgiveness. If somebody hurt you, you obviously have to acknowledge that. But in order for you to move on, you need to forgive yourself for having let this happen to you, and that will free you from the sense of anxiety that keeps you up at night. So you may be somebody that suffers sometimes of insomnia, and I want you to relieve, in spirit, really, the angels want you to relieve yourself from these struggles, because you giving out to yourself because you have sometimes let yourself go into these situations is not going to be helpful anymore. So forgive yourself for having let in this. This was a lesson. It was not some form of punishment. It just happened for a reason, for you to raise your awareness. But, one thing is to be aware, and the other thing is to torture yourself about it. So Spirit is saying, please do not torture yourself anymore about the times when you actually have been naive and you have let other people walk all over you. What is this peaceful resolution? Wow, the star, look at this. You're going to have your desires met when it comes to love, because this is a love reading about marriage and your husband or your wife. There is going to be this peaceful resolution. Look at how much resonance there is between the light in the heart center of this angel and the star. It's like this very luminous bright light that basically represents you reaching a place of peace, that peace that is so important for you. And Spirit is saying, and the angels are saying, yes, this peaceful state and resolution is happening for you. And you will reach the resolution in your love life that you're seeking. The stars are aligning, the healing of your heart is happening, and the healing of your emotions with the water here. And you're going to get your wishes with the rainbow here representing your wishes, and the star as well. It's kind of wishing upon a star and getting what you wish for. So this is the message from the angels that's coming through here. Now, as a final part of the reading, as I said in the introduction, I'm going to pull out some letter tiles in order to see if what words want to come out. You can obviously play with these letters yourself. You can make words and see what resonates. This could be your initials, your future spouse initials, and this could be some words that have a meaning for you. So we have Z, E, B. I heard Zen. So this is the state of peace that you're I think you're really craving. TLC, tender loving care. This is Spirit coming through saying, take good care of yourself. D, this is an empty tile, you can put any letter on it. U, I, Y, U, I again, R, C, D. Maybe listen to music. Music is very soothing. T, N. I heard Troy, maybe somebody's name is Troy. Q, I, E, M, O, E, T, L, and G. I heard guide. There is guide. So call on to your spirit guides if you need support. Okay, so I'm going to let you form more words if you feel like. This is what I heard. Thank you so much for watching Group 1, and I'll see you next. Bye bye. Hi Group 2, welcome to your reading. So let's see, how do you see yourself? If this part will resonate with you, then this is a confirmation that the part where I speak about how your future spouse will see you will then be more resonating as well. So already reading for you. Let's see, how do you see yourself? I'm going to gather a few more cards and then I will start speaking. The founder, foundations, community, and the diviner, divine timing, evaluation. So let's see more. How do you see yourself? The breakthrough. How do you see yourself? Purity. Okay, how do you see yourself? We have, okay, hold on. The Princess of Wands, and this wanted to come, the Three of Wands. And at the bottom we have the Nine of Pentacles. I want to make sure that you can see all of the cards. There you go. How do you see yourself? The Destroyer and the Heart. Yeah, it totally makes sense. Okay, group two, yes. Let's begin. So, first of all, you could have Neptune or Sun in Libra, Taurus, or Venus also in Taurus or Libra. So, this could be part of your birth chart placements. But what I see here, first of all, is that you see yourself as someone that has got two sides to you. One which is very earthy, very concrete, and extremely practical. And one side of you that is very dreamy, very much inspired by the dreams that are dear to your heart. And I also see that you see yourself as someone that felt often under the pressure of the outside society, and under the pressure of the societal norms and conventions, and that though felt like it needed to come out of these norms in order to express yourself. So you see yourself as somebody with a pure heart, a purity of spirit, that in order to really be authentic to yourself, is that to have the courage to come out of these conventional norms, these norms and conventions of your society. Because I see that in your life you have had pressures, you felt the pressure, let's say, in order to support others near you, that were close to you, in a certain way, but at times you felt you may have not been the right person for the task, and not because you're not capable, but simply because perhaps that was not really who you are. You know, maybe people were asking you to fall into a persona, you know, and fall into tasks that they weren't really feeling authentic to you. So I feel that at times people have expected of you things that you didn't really feel were part of your journey or part of your heart purpose, and that you rebelled in a way out of this, let's say, imposition from the community. So you probably are someone that has seen yourself as a very important part of a community you grew up within, and that in order for you to fit in and to play your part, let's say, you might have felt that you know, there was some form of forcefulness, and you then decided to go instead your own path, towards your own path with this Three of Wands, and to discover your actual authentic self and who you really are at your core, in your heart, what you feel. And so you went through a period of destroying these conventions. So you see yourself as somebody that goes its own way towards the thing that make you passionate. We have the Princess of Wands as well as the Three of Wands. You have this spark for life. You see yourself as somebody very independent with the Nine of Pentacles. Someone that likes to dress well, to look after yourself, to have your certainty when it comes to your health, your good health, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your career. You like to have everything on point and on check. You see yourself as someone that is very self-reliant and self-sufficient. But at the same time, you have a really big heart, you know, and you are someone that feels these very soft emotions within you very strongly. So you are also romantic. There is this Venusian energy with the Taurus and with the Venus that really speaks about being soft as a person in your emotions, and as well the Libra really reminds me of that. Someone that is sweet and tender. So you see yourself as a person that also loves pleasing, like aesthetically pleasing things, objects, sceneries, aesthetically pleasing landscapes, and you do value a lot even your own aesthetics. Like you really look after yourself really well. You have your own sense of style, and you also love art. You see yourself as somebody that loves food and probably cooking, and you see also yourself as a dreamer that with this diviner card, as well as the Neptune energy, sorry, Uranus energy. You see yourself as someone that plants the seeds of manifestation, the things that you want to achieve, and then you give it to the divine. You're patient in the achievements that you are accomplishing. So you do your part. You do what you can in order to see things manifest in your life, and then you let it just flow. And you're also somebody that networks. You see yourself as somebody that networks a lot with others. Like you do love a sense of community and being part of it. Yet, though, I see this other side of you that kind of doesn't like to be restrained in terms of what you can dream of, what you can achieve, what you can wish for. So you have this breakthrough destroyer type of energy, as you can see. Both of these cards are really depicting you seeing yourself as somebody that breaks through illusions, breaks through conventions, basically someone that is very evolutionary, transformative. We have the snake here, so snakes, and we have the coffin, which is a symbol of death and then the rebirth. So endings and new beginnings, the resurrection from the ashes, the phoenix energy, the energy of, for as much as life can bring me down, I stand back up again. This is the energy of the breakthrough, and the destroyer is an energy that speaks about you seeing yourself as somebody that needs to break certain cycles and to close certain chapters in order to begin anew and create from that tabula rasa, from that ground zero type of situation. So it's like I destroy before I can create, I close up an old chapter before I can commence something new. There are things that have to fall off in order for creating space to new things. So you see yourself as somebody that evolves through cycles of purification, clearing, and then building onto this, and then planting, So you take out the, let's say, those plants that were affecting your seeds. You take off those that would take off the nutrients for the seed. So you clear out what you need to clear out from your life, either it be people, situations, conditions of life, in order to bring a new reality to being that is filled with passion. If it's filled with what you're curious about, what makes you feel alive. So you have a will to live that is fueled by the things that make you feel emotion, passion in your art space, first of all. And with the soulmates card here that also comes out, you see yourself as someone that really wants to experience a soul bond with somebody, that wants to really experience that closeness, that make you feel like this person is home. We belong together. But this card also speaks about asking yourself, what can you give yourself that this soulmate would give you? So you also see yourself as somebody that is trying to find your own balance and to fulfill your own necessities by yourself, because the 9 is an energy of you know, an energy of self-assertiveness. So I feel like you see yourself as somebody that is currently very focused on yourself and on empowering yourself. And I also feel you see yourself as somebody that is aesthetically beautiful, like physically beautiful. I mean, you have the Libra and you have the Venus, and as well as the Taurus. So these three energies really speak about physical beauty, and an harmonious physical features in your face as well as in your body, good proportions. So that's how you see yourself. With the Sun here, there is also an energy of joy. You know, it's like having this warmth about you, bringing happiness to the people that connect with you. And then with Uranus, there is that more dreamy energy. So we have here a depiction of you having both a very young energy as well as a very yin energy, I feel. And so it's a balance between these two masculine feminine energies that's within you, that you perceive as being in balance between each other. So now that you have looked at how you see yourself, let's have a look at, if this resonated, let's have a look at how your future spouse will see you. Okay, so how will your future spouse see you during your married life together, and also before you're married? How does he see you in general? How does he or she see you? And either now, if you already know them, or in the future when you'll know them. Let's see. 2 of Wands. Very similar energy to the 3 of Wands that we saw earlier. The Sun. Yeah, I talked about the Sun with your Sun card that came up in the astrological cards. Anyway, the High Priestess. Yeah. We have the Ace of Swords and the Hermit. Both came out together. At the bottom I have, oh look, the Nine of Pentacles again. So yes, I mean, there is a lot of similarity to how you see yourself, to how your future husband or wife will perceive you. But let me get more before I start speaking. I want to now get other oracle cards to support the reading. Let's see. How does your future spouse see you? Answers. At the bottom of the deck, commitment. I feel like getting a card from this deck. All the groups are going to be slightly different because I will use the oracle cards that I feel more compelled to pick. So not all the readings will be exactly the same in terms of what oracle I consulted, just to let you know. We have the Frog and Lotus, Metamorphosis. This is that kind of phoenix energy I was mentioning before, by the way you look at yourself, so that's corresponding. I feel there is a lot of resonance between how you see yourself and how your future husband sees you, or wife sees you. The porcupine and anemone boundaries at the bottom of the deck, of this deck, so yeah, we spoke about that too. Anyway, I will now let you know all that I see. I'm going to get a card from this deck as well. Let's see. All right. Actually, 3 cards came out. The Masquerade, hiding your true self projection. Okay. The Weaver, rediscovery transition. And the Catalyst. Wow, look at this. Radical changes, taking control. Yeah. And let me see more. Honestly, there is a lot of similarity to how you see yourself. Let me see. How do they see you? Fearless love. Right, and okay, at the bottom of the deck I have third party. Now that doesn't mean that you will be involved in a third party with another lover, either on your side or their side, although it could resonate for only some of you. Don't take it if it's not your message, but this could simply mean a third party interference from the outside world, no matter what that third party is. It doesn't have to be romantic. I'm going to also consult Tarot della Nuit deck. So let's see what that tarot wants to bring. And then I'm going to start speaking. Oh, actually I want to get one more card. Hold on. We have the Wheel, the Four of Swords, and the Five of Swords. Yeah, makes sense. At the bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is exactly again the same energy that we got in your spread as well as in your future spread. So that's double repetition again. Right, and also I'm going to get one card from this oracle deck, then I'm going to start speaking about how your future spouse sees you. Please give me one card on how your future spouse sees you. Group 2. Fulfillment. Wow, amazing. Right. Okay, so so your future spouse sees you as their wish fulfillment, clearly. I mean, with this fulfillment card as well as the Sun card, you make him or her happy. You bring them, you are the joy of their life. And with the High Priestess, you're extremely intuitive. Your future spouse sees you as intuitive, very capable, and as we said before, very independent, very self-sufficient, very assertive, very aesthetically pleasing, very beautiful, or handsome, depending on your gender. And this is repeated again, as I said, twice, because we also have the Nine of Pentacles again in this other deck. So we see this Venusian quality. Now, regardless if you're a man or a woman, this is still valid. You are aesthetically, in their eyes, you are fulfilling, aesthetically fulfilling in their eyes. So it's something like they really enjoy looking at you. They really like the way you are made. Your physical features are extremely pleasant to your future spouse, very pleasing to their eye. And they also see you as somebody very mature, somebody very introspective, someone that has reached a point of evolution in their life, of spiritual evolution in their life, that is very advanced, and someone that has clarity of mind about what you want, about what is right. There is this sense of fairness that came out with the Libra card. You're somebody that seeks fairness for everyone involved in any situation, which for me comes with this Ace of Swords. You know, this is the sword of clarity, the sword of truth, speaking in an open manner, and this is talking also about a breakthrough, that kind of breakthrough energy that we saw in the other deck when you for how you see yourself. So your future spouse sees you a lot like you see yourself, like this person that cuts through BS, that speaks their truth to others, a catalyst for change, for radical changes in your life and consequentially for the lives of others. Someone that is very capable to take control and direct your own life, first of all, in the direction that you dream of. In fact, we have the Weaver. The Weaver is about weaving your destiny. And we have the Wheel of Fortune here, which is a confirmation of you having the, as you can see in this picture, this woman has this how do you call it, this, not the spindle, the bobbin. This woman has the bobbin in her hands and she's unraveling it. So you are unraveling your own destiny. So what this is meaning is that you are this powerful manifestor in the eyes of your future spouse, and you're weaving your destiny according to your desires and wishes and visions that you intuitively have understood. You know, you're very much in connection to your intuition, and your future spouse sees that and sees that you have a clear guidance that you're following in your life as it unfolds. So you are going through evolution and transitions times, which will lead you to your ultimate destiny, you know, with the Wheel of Fortune. He sees that at times in your past you have had to wear a mask and hide yourself because you were trying to comply to those pressures from the outside environment, either it be your family, society, your peers, whomever, that wanted you to perform a certain act. You see, these are performing masks. So I see you either on the path to freeing yourself from that, or you have already achieved the ascension process that brought you out of this masking of your true self, which came through with the horse card. So it really does align the reading, like the way your future spouse sees you is really like a lot like you see yourself. We can see the similarities, right? And so for some time though, you had projected an image of you that was different from your authentic self, and your future spouse acknowledges this part of your history, either it be present or either it be past. And the fact that you did go through a metamorphosis, just like a frog does when they come from the egg stage to the tadpole stage to the frog stage, and you grew out of this mud that was keeping you stuck. You know, the lilies grow in very muddy areas. The lotus, I meant. Well, the lilies, the water lilies as well, but the lotus is the typical flower, as it's here, the lotus, that grows from the muddy areas and blossoms up on top of the water, right? So That's what you've done, or what you are doing. This is a process that you are undergoing. So your future spouse really sees you as you look at yourself, as you see yourself. I feel there is a lot in common. With the porcupine and the anemone, your future spouse understands that you had to set up your boundaries towards these situations and people that were trying to bend your personality in directions that were going away from your authentic self, and that you have learned, or you are in the process of learning how to do that, how to tell the world, to the world, this is me, this is how I want to be. Back out, because these are my boundaries. I don't want you to push onto these boundaries and make me either try to make me change my mind about things when I believe firmly in my destiny, in what I'm supposed to do here. So also your future spouse sees you as the one they want to commit to, with this commitment card, and sees you as someone that can give them answers. Sees you as the answers to their prayers in terms of a partner, with the answers and commitment. And sees you anyway as a very wise person, as we saw with the Hermit, which really reminds of this answers card. So your future spouse will see you as somebody that they ask advice to, that will give them good answers, good advice, good guidance, a sense of direction. And also the love that you two will experience will be a fearless love, because here it says a courageous leap into the unknown, which means that there are elements of this love that are going to feel unfamiliar for some reason. And maybe you are coming from different cultures, maybe you are coming from different upbringing, or something is different and unfamiliar, maybe not in the sense that you feel unfamiliar to each other. You feel a strong pull towards each other, but it may look from an external point of view, which is the third party here, that you two are too different to be together. So again, this comes into the boundaries. So what your future spouse sees you as is somebody that loves fearlessly. When you love, you don't listen to the voices of others, Five of Swords, that tell you, what are you doing? This doesn't sound like a good move to be with this person. This doesn't sound like you have never been dating such a type of person. What are you doing? This kind of external pushes and forcefulness, which is represented by this third party card. You are not going to be listening to that, and your future spouse is going to acknowledge how fearless you are when you love. And your future spouse understands of you that you are healing, and you took time to heal, because I see two watches here. You took a lot of time to heal yourself from the pressures that you felt from others, and that you have healed yourself by setting up these healthy boundaries. So this is all coming together, as you can see. And by stating your sense of independence from the others that made you feel defeated when you weren't listening initially to your own voice and your own guidance that was telling you all the while, this is your direction. When you had your inner guidance telling you, this is what you're meant to do in this life. This is being yourself is what really is the core of your purpose in life. And also your future husband or wife will see you as their spiritual counterpart. So someone that not only is extremely aesthetically pleasing and very attractive on a very physical level, you know, with the Nine of Pentacles twice here. Not only somebody that gives them a pure and utter sense of joy in life, but also someone that on a spiritual level, it's the perfect match for them. That is, you know, because the High Priestess and the Hermit are two very highly evolved people, and this is feminine and masculine energy, because, you know, the Hermit is represented as a man, an old wise man, and the High Priestess is a woman. So I see the yin-yang kind of, you know, presence here of you two as a couple being a perfect spiritual match. So two souls that have, before coming into this life and this incarnation, decided to meet and become partners. I also see that your future spouse will see you as someone that is very passionate about your plans and your goals, and that you foresee your objectives by envisioning them. Because I have this world here on the wand, I have this horizon in front of this man. So this kind of gives me this planning through visions. So you have the visions, and you then plan the steps that will bring you to your fulfillment, to your abundance, to your reaping your fruits of your labor, fulfillment, and the Nine of Pentacles. So that's how they see you. Now, at this point of the reading, I'm going to pull angel's advice for you, and I'm going then to give you some initials, and you know, pull some letter tiles so we can have initials for you or your future spouse, or we could have like words that come up, and anything I hear I will communicate it with you and I will tell you. And also you can see for yourself what kind of either words or initials resonate with you best. So clearing this all out, and I'm going to now gather your angel's advice. So let me get the deck right. Okay, so please, angels, what is the best advice currently for group number 2? What is it that group number 2 people need to hear right here and now? Don't stop. I'm going to clarify with tarot, so I'll first pull the cards and then we'll clarify. Meditation brings answers. Look for a sign. And at the bottom of the deck we have romance. So let me clarify with tarot. And if this reading resonated with you so far, please support my work by liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and sharing this content with anyone you think could benefit from watching it. And also leave me a comment. I'd love to know if this was your reading. Clarify, don't stop. 3 of Wands reverse. The Devil reverse. At the bottom of the deck, 5 of Cups reverse. Okay, I'm going to start with this first message and then I'll clarify the others. What the angels are telling you is not to stop only because you haven't seen yet your ships coming home and your results in terms of this partnership with your future spouse coming together as a marriage. Please do not give up on this, because this is an illusion. The fact that this hasn't come up yet, materialized in a marriage for you, It's an illusion that is not going to happen. You need to not feel like it's in reverse. You need to let go of the illusion that this is never going to happen. This first card says, do not stop believing in the fact that this marriage is coming about and that your ships will come. Do not get in despair with the Five of Cups. This love is here. As long as you come out of despair, you will turn around and find the love. So please do not stop. That's what the angels are saying right here. Now let's see, what kind of answers will meditation bring to group 2? Let me clarify. Okay, so what what kind of answers will meditation bring to group 2? Wow. Answers about the abundance that's entering your life with this Empress card. There is prosperity ahead of you. Spirit wants you to know through these cards here and the angels. And so do meditate, because through meditation you will feel this abundance energy coming into your life, this creative force. So meditation will help you to embody this energy of attracting this fruitfulness. Look for a sign. Moon in reverse. Let's get another card. Five of Pentacles, yeah. At the bottom, Four of Cups. Look at this message. So look for a sign in your dreams, during your meditations, in your day-to-day life, through number repetitions, through I just heard 555 could be relevant for you. Also 444. Do pay attention to animals that have a certain meaning for you popping up in your life. Could be birds, could be bugs, could be any animal. And so pay attention to every sign that the universe is giving you, because you do not want, the angels are saying, you do not want to fall under the illusion that you are in a poverty state and in a dissatisfied state, both physically, mentally, and spiritually and emotionally, and that there is no hope for you. Okay, I feel like a lot of desperation coming off of these cards, and this is Spirit coming in this reading telling you to do not indulge into this type of feelings, but rather, because this type of energy is going to not make you pay attention to the signs that the universe is giving you in regards to your future spouse. So it's kind of saying, do not get trapped in the illusions of your poverty mentality, poverty mindset, okay? And instead, put your attention and focus on the signs that Spirit is sending you and the angels are sending you when it comes to your future spouse. So, let's see now, clarify the romance. Please clarify the romance. The Fool. Seven of Swords. At the bottom, Two of Pentacles reverse. This is Spirit coming here and the angels telling you when this romance either appears in your life, or if it already has appeared, when this romance is trying to basically create a foundation between you two, do take a leap towards this romance. Do not hide your enthusiasm, and do make a choice. Do not feel so insecure about taking a risk with this romance when this appears, because this romance is divine. This romance is meant to be, and this is the one for you. So when this strong feeling that you will feel for this person come about, do not be afraid to be your authentic self. It goes back to the message of being your authentic self fearlessly, the fearless love, regardless of what other people say, regardless of what other people beliefs and opinions. Do not be afraid to jump into this and take your chances. Take a risk. Two of Pentacles reverse the Fool. Okay, so that's what Spirits wants you to know. Now I'm going to clear this out and give you some letter tiles. So if anyone will try to discourage you about this love, please do not listen to those voices. This is your life, not their life. Right, so let's see the letters that want to come out and what I'm hearing as I pull them. So we have E, G, G, egg. Now the egg is that fertile energy, because an egg is the embryo, let's say, it represents the stage obviously before an embryo can form and before life begins. So this is a symbol of for me, it's coming as a message for you to say there is great potential here for a breakthrough in your life. So when this comes about, do take your leap of faith. O, E, O, I, H, A, J, L, I heard Jula or July. July could be relevant. F, D, N, C. There is CEO. Maybe some of you could be a CEO, or of a company, or maybe your future spouse is. A, P, W, I heard win. There is going to be something, that will happen that will make you feel like you're winning at life. There's also Q here. You're gonna feel on top of the world when this comes. When you come into union, you will feel like you are sort of in this winning at life type of energy and feeling, that very strong energy. But I feel you're already on this track anyway, because we saw the Nine of Pentacles coming out 3 times in your reading, and this is very much that energy of empowerment, of self-empowerment, that I definitely see Spirit wanting everyone to embody. Anytime I've asked, even in private readings, anytime I've asked what is it that Spirit wants you to do in order to make this union come to you quicker, let's say, or the fastest possible, in order for you to come onto the timeline where you're actually coming into union. Anytime I've asked that question, the answer was always either a Nine of Pentacles, either a Queen of Wands, which are all, or the Empress, all cards of being in your power, being in this energy of self-empowerment, in one word. And so I see you already in this energy of self-empowerment. I heard clap. People, it's like people when they clap their hands at a wedding, celebrating the union. Anyway, these are the words that are coming for me. These are the initials. This could be yours, your initials, or your future spouses. Take this as it resonates. Now, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you the best day, and I'll see you next. Bye bye. Hi, Group 3, welcome to your reading. So, just to let you know, as I was clearing the energy from Group 2 with Burning Paolo Santo before I lay down your cards, I actually heard, I love my life. And because I have this dark Mythos card, which talks about going through some very difficult times in your life, and getting through these dark times, I feel like what's happening is that this is your representing your path. Like, I feel like you see yourself as someone that has gone through some very, very challenging times, and that you've gone through feelings of